I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amber. This is amaraslogic. Got a new video for you today. Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news. Live edition. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the electrifying content with the people. Y'all know we here to talk about what's going on in Cleveland right now between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Bucks are losing, but they fought valiantly today. I thought this was a great effort by the young guys to get some run and show that they have some validity on this squad. And I think, to be honest, it was a blessing in disguise today for Giannis not to play, so it forced Doc's hand to play the young guys. I think that was the I think the silver lining in this event today. And before we go into it any further, salute the Bucks Nation, friends and family. What's good? Let's just take a look at these last few moments of this game. Hey, it's not as bad as it could have been. It's not as bad as it could have been. There's a lot of positives to take from this game. One of the main positives is the young guys can move their feet. They're staying in front of people. They're rebounding. Andre Jackson Jr. is blocking shots. Hey, even Ryan Holland gave us good minutes. We need to make sure AJ Green is in the game more. He brings way more to the table to me than Pat Connaughton at this stage in Pat Connaughton's career. Pat Connaughton, if y'all looked when he was in the game, especially in the third and fourth quarter, how he was the reason that the defense was collapsing because he couldn't stay in front of his man. And then Bobby P. I know if somebody looks at the numbers like, oh, Bobby P snapped. He had 21 points and 18 rebounds. He snapped. And it's like the numbers say that. But if you watch the game, Bobby is the major reason we lost this game. When they went on that run is when Bobby went cold from the field. And then he has butterfingers, losing loose balls, losing passes. Bobby just went off the deep end in the fourth quarter like that. That was crazy. That was absolutely insane. I'm still up in the air about how I feel about Doc Rivers. I don't know if he knows really what he's doing. You take out people when they're hot. You don't understand momentum. You got you still at the end of the game when you need defense. You still got AJ Green in there instead of Torian Prince, a bigger body. I don't know what I think about Doc right now. I'm gonna tell y'all that. I just don't know what I think about Doc. I will say that I also noticed a little bit more effort uh just effort in general from Brook Lopez to try to move his feet, but he's still slow. But I did see effort, and I also think he hurt us at the end of the game with the drop coverage, allowing Mitchell and Garland to get to the lane. The drop coverage has to stop. This has to be banned. And if Lopez is not capable of not doing drop coverage, he has to be removed from this team. It hurts this team. That drop coverage definitely hurts this team. Bobby Portis, Brook Lopez, and Pat Connaughton are people I think should all be on the block. I think the young guys can pick up the slack. At least they play defense. I don't want to just bomb on Bobby today, especially after the unfortunate incident that happened at Bobby's home with his house being broken into. But Bobby has very low IQ on both sides of the basketball court. He has very low IQ on offense and extremely low IQ on defense. Bobby is allergic to passing. Bobby had 21 points, 18 rebounds, and 1 assist. And he had the ball a lot. That lets you know he's not passing. Bobby Portis was a momentum killer today with turnovers, poor shots, not passing. We got to get Bobby out of here. Otherwise, we're not going to get the ball movement that we need. I understand Bobby does puts up numbers, but he hurts us in so many other ways. I mean, the Cleveland Cavaliers announcers were clowning, calling him chicken wing. I think that's what they called him. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Did they call this grown man chicken wing because of how Mobley was eating? And then if you watch him on defense, he doesn't even have a responsibility. He has no clue what he's doing. Bobby killed the momentum. Bobby lost this game single-handedly. I'm putting all blame on this loss on Bobby Portis. Period. Let's get into these numbers. Bucks fall again. 116, 114. They lose another close game to the Cleveland Cavaliers in Cleveland. We didn't get a lot from Taurean Prince today. He only played 15 minutes, hit 1 3, didn't really take any shots. Bobby Portis obviously was very active today, 10 of 21, 18 rebounds, 21 points. But that's a caveat to that. Brook Lopez, solid game, 6 of 12. I did like that he took it to the lane a few times. That was actually really good to see that he was being somewhat aggressive. But again, way too many threes, 1 of 5. Brook, your threes are not falling this year. Maybe going to the post and taking it to the hoop might be a better option at this stage in the game. He had 6 rebounds. 5 were in the first half. So he had 1 rebound in the second half. You can't have a 7-footer that can't rebound. You block shots that can't rebound doesn't make sense. It's like peanut butter and no jelly. Like, what are you doing? Like, how is that possible? That why can't the coach just tell you not to do something and you just don't do it? Doc, just some basic stuff to tell this team. Stop the drop coverage. Hey, you know what? Your 3-point percentage is low. Maybe you shouldn't shoot too many threes for a while. Just common sense. Just common sense. Hey, if you see somebody running at somebody when they're passing the ball, how about 2 people don't run at the same person? That's common sense. Again, I'm not a professional coach, but I do have a doctorate in common sense. I guarantee you I have a doctorate in common sense. And what I see out there is stuff that can be corrected with just common sense. You see somebody getting ran around, put somebody else in the game. Like what? I don't think Doc has high IQ either. I really question Doc's IQ to keep it real. And then Damian Lillard playing another almost 40 minutes again. 11 of 22, 5 of 9, 9 of 9 from the free throw line, 7 assists, 2 rebounds, 8 turnovers is crazy, dang. 8 turnovers is crazy. I know they're not all warranted, and I know some things have. 8 turnovers is crazy. You shouldn't have that in a week, let alone one game is crazy. But I know you were trying to force it and all that, but we can't allow that type of turnover from our star player. You did have 36 points. You were +3. And then the much maligned. Hey, Gary Trent Jr., maybe he need a DNP. He hasn't done anything all season. He's been a bust so far. Gary Trent Jr. has been a bust, period. A bust. Another game, 21 minutes, 1 of 7, 0 of 3, 4 points. You know what? Who's playing better, Pat or him? I don't know if Gary Trent is even playing better than Pat Connaughton right now. How messed up is that? The man, we had all these high hopes and expectations for what he was doing with the Raptors, his defense, his offense. He's done nothing. He's done absolutely nothing all year. I can't even point to a game like, oh, that was a solid game. He's been trash all year. That is affecting us. When you're starting 2 guard is trash, that's been our problem for the last couple years. Gary Trent, you got to get out of this slump, bro. This is crazy. I don't know if it's the pressure from 1-year contract, the prove it contract, and you forcing it too much. I don't know what it is, but maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea, bro, for you to get a DNP. Gary Trent Jr., maybe you just need a DNP, bro. Just chill, spend some time with the family, let your brain rest, decompress, because you look terrible out there. And when you're not hitting shots and your defense is looking kind of suspect too, what are we doing with Gary Trent Jr.? What are we doing? Pat Connaughton, you had a couple nice dimes today, but you cannot stay in front of your man. The young guys have to play now. Doc, wake up. Somebody on that bench, all those all-star coaches, all this Voltron we formed with all these great coaches, y'all can't tell that man, hey, we need to play these young dudes. DeLon Wright is giving us nothing. One of our key acquisitions in the offseason. Gary Trent Jr., we thought was a steal acquisition in the offseason, giving us nothing. The only person producing is Taurean Prince. Period. Out of our acquisitions, the only one doing something is Taurean Prince. And that's not going to cut it. And if that's the case, put the young guys in. The young guys showed you. We made the run in the third quarter when we snapped. with the 31-16, that was the young guys. That was AJ Green that said, no, we not going out like that. It was Andre Jackson Jr. No, we not going out like that. Them young dudes out there hustling, fighting. As Mr. Cool, shout out to Mr. Cool, the Dobermans was out today. Let him off the leash. Let him off the leash, Doc Rivers. Let the Dobermans free. DeLon Wright has shown you enough. Gary Trent Jr. has shown you enough. Pat Connaughton might be your best friend, but he should not be playing. I mean, it's up to you, Doc. I mean, you keep losing, we gonna fire you anyway. I know y'all think that won't happen, but there's no way let's just say we went 1-14 and he don't get fired. There's no way. And that's the direction he's headed. And he can thank himself for poor coaching and poor rotations and not using common sense. If speed is the problem, right? Why wouldn't you add speed to the game? Again, like I said, I'm not a coach, but I have a doctorate in common sense. And common sense tells me you match speed with speed. You don't match speed with slow. It's not how it works. And now that I saw Jeff Riley in the chat too, shout out to Jeff, that you were talking about how no former players for Doc give him any credit or talk about him being a good coach. And that's true. That's very disturbing. That none of your former players think you worth a damn is very concerning. They were talking about his sets, not really knowing what's going on. Like, it's crazy. Y'all might need to Google that and look into that about how former players feel about Doc Rivers. It's kind of wild. It's a little wild. Pat Connaughton played 22 minutes. He did have 7 points. This is probably one of his better games offensively. 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, no turnovers. DeLon Wright only played 4 minutes. That lets you know that he's in the doghouse already. DeLon Wright, 4 minutes. AJ Green played 34 minutes, had 21 points. Andre Jackson Jr., 25 minutes, 7 points. But he did have a lot of intangibles, and he did play well in my opinion. Also, Ryan Rollins, he only played a short amount of time, but I like that he was going that deep in the bench. I do like that about Doc Rivers, that he did utilize our bench. I think that's important moving forward, that we pay attention to utilizing the bench. This game should be an eye-opening experience to Doc Rivers of what we have on the bench with the youth and the last couple years of draft picks, that we're at the floor right now, Doc. This is the time to try it. We're at the floor. What are you waiting on? And I also want us to call up AJ Johnson from the G League. We need all hands on deck. We don't know when Middleton is coming back. Middleton, where are you, bro? What is with your recovery? The people are worried about you, brother. What's going on? You're going to be running out of outfits in a minute. You're going to have to go shopping again because you're on the sideline so long. You're going to run out of outfits. What is the timeline on Middleton? We definitely have some wins if we have Middleton, but like we gotta figure this out. But most of my biggest concern is Doc Rivers. Let me say that. My biggest concern is Doc Rivers. Let me get into these numbers. I'm gonna shout out the people in the chat, and then we're gonna open up the lines. I just gotta go on my rant for a minute, y'all. And another game. Look at that. 17 for 35 from 3, 48%. 48% from the field. But the problem, they're shooting 50%. 45% from 3, but they're killing us. They're killing us with turnovers, 14-10. Points off turnovers. We do it to ourselves. Bobby P, just bad passing, just bad everything. It's just ridiculous. Oh, I missed a couple super chats in here. Let me get to the super chats, y'all. Let me run through these. Let me run through the rest of these numbers. I'm gonna get to the super chats and open up the lines here. Evan Mobley was killing Bobby today. He had 17. Jared Allen, 15 and 14. Darius Garland went absolutely berserk, 39 and 8. Mitchell didn't do anything today, had 14. Merrill was hooping early. He had 12. it was a tight game, but we just couldn't pull it off in the fourth. We didn't have enough gas. I think we used a lot of gas in that third quarter. Very unfortunate. But like I said, there are positives from this. Definitely are a ton of positives from this game. Let me get the super chats, and I'm gonna shout everybody out. Get a couple comments, then we gonna open up these lines. My bad, y'all. First and foremost, my homie, 78 Sports TV, LDBC, the General was good. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Glad Doc went to our bench. Now, just do that when we have Giannis. Facts. Facts. Then let me get to my boy Saw Cali. I saw your super chat in here, bro. Give me a second. There's a lot of activity in the comment section, bro. My bad. There we go. The homie Saw Cali in the building. What's good? Ajax locked up Mitch for real. Yes, but that's the advantage of having somebody with having some youth. You got some speed. You got some speed. That's the point. Shout out to my boy Saw Cali. I know more than you. What's good, Brody? Told y'all Doc trash. Needed Udoka. Bobby gotta go. That's it in a nutshell. That's it in a nutshell. Shout out, I know more than you. Let's see who's in the building. Let me shout out the people, then we gonna open up the lines here. The homie Eli Harris is in the building. Michael Ray in the building. Chris B, straight out of Ohio, in the building. The legend, Mr. Cool, in the building. My guy, Hoyt Street E, in the building. Hey, BC, good to see you. Shout out to Portland. Sadowski, what's good? The homie, Dre West, what's good, homie? Gibson Nicholas, straight out of the Bahamas, what's good? And shout out to your guy, Teron, what's good? Dark Kent in the building. Marcus Little, Patricia P, what's good? Shout out to the queens of the chat. Salute, salute. What's good, Robert Brooks? Rigo, what's good? Appreciate y'all tapping in. The homie Jimmy Roller, contained 4 feet. Bucks number 1, Humilodon, straight out of Puerto Rico. Like I told y'all, this podcast is not just local. We're global. Shout out to friends and family. We global. And that 10-0 run they went on did kill us, Humilodon. Did kill us. Bucks number 1 was good. Max Villain, Brandon King Carter. What's good? What's good? Dupree Vome, what's good, bro? Appreciate you tapping in. It's been a minute. Max Villain. Derek Stevenson, what's good? Matt Brown, I see you. I see y'all. What's good? Boy Mommy, what's good? Appreciate y'all tapping in. Kenny Mack, Ryan Love, what's good? Appreciate y'all tapping in. All right, I'm about to open up the phone lines here. Let's get it cracking. Nikos, what's good? And we're going to go over some of y'all comments too. Let me just post the link in the chat. If this is your first time viewing, I put the link in the chat. You're able to join the live and say your piece. All you have to do is copy the link into your web browser. It'll ring on the live, and we'll just go ahead and tap you in. Salute, salute. All right, I know y'all got a lot to say. What up, Jeff? Cream City. Victor, what's good? Greg, what's good, bro? Sergio, Joseph, I see all y'all. Say, hey, how y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling? I think there's a lot more positives to gain from this game than negatives. I really think there's a lot more positives. Just seeing what the youth has. We would have never seen this if Giannis played. I'm really proud of Doc at least giving the attempt to play the young guys. I know it was more of a force, but now we see that we got a little bit of talent on that sideline as far as with the youth. So I'm happy to see that. I'm just happy to see that. My boy Sadowski said AJ automatic. He was looking automatic out there. Bleacher Report boss in the building. I'm going to tap you in 1 second. Let me just get a couple comments. Hey, Chris B said Gary Trent better get it together. Gary Trent is looking so mid. He looking below mid. Hoyt Street E said Bobby and some picks for Jeremy Grant. I'm not mad at that. Mr. Cool said Dame has to be aggressive. Can't leave it to others. I do blame some of that on Dame too, Mr. Cool, because those possessions where they went on that run, that's when Bobby was tricking shots, and Dame should have been clapping for the ball. I completely agree with you on Dame being aggressive. That is a huge problem. He has lulls at times. Like he's like, oh, let me let them get their shot. Sometimes it ain't about that. Sometimes you got to go for 60. You should have. To be honest, I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. I felt like Dame should have shot 30 times today. The way he was hooping and the rhythm he was in, he should have took 30 shots. There's no way he should have only one more shot than Bobby Portis. There's no way. Dame, you got to be more aggressive, and you got to be careful with the ball. You got to be careful. 8 turnovers is unacceptable. You were efficient with everything else besides handling the ball. My boy Dre West said, take Pat out. Take Pat off this team. How about that? Take Pat off this team. Dark Kent, that's a major problem with this team too. We got too many old and slow people on the floor at the same time. You got to mix it up. You can't just have all old. You got to have some youth, some old. You got to mix it up, and sometimes you got to go all young if that's what calls for it. If you see your team being beat with speed, common sense should kick in and be like, "Yo, we need to match their speed." I don't understand what the disconnect is with Doc Rivers. It's a little wild. Marcus Little said the young guys are shining. Absolutely, absolutely. Shout out to the young guys. Dre West said, no, Doc has to change to a different lineup. They're attacking AJ Green. And I did see that. And let me say that. I think AJ Green was playing way more minutes than he's used to, and he was getting gas. Because I'll tell you at the beginning, like when he was first playing, his defense was great. I think it started to slip just because of how long he was out there. But I trust AJ Green more defensively than I trust Pat Connaughton. Jimmy Roller, I still don't know why you said this, bro. This was crazy. Shout out to Jimmy Roller. Bobby's defense is as weak as the locks at his home. Was nasty work, Jimmy Roller. That was nasty work, bro. Nasty work. Shout out to my boy Jimmy Roller. Damn. Bucks #1 said Bobby trash. I'm not gonna call him trash. I'm just gonna say low IQ. I'm gonna say he has low IQ. Oh, what up, Brandon King Carter? In case I didn't shout you out, what's good? All right, let me tap in. Let me tap in my constituents. One moment here. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know these gentlemen. Tapping in. We got at the bottom left, we got the Bleacher Report boss, the VP. To the bottom right, we got a very distinguished member of the chatting panel. Well-loved member. B-Shack, what's good, sir?
What's going on?
I'm not actually mad tonight.
Me neither.
Not really either. To me, it opened my eyes more of the Cavs ain't the good as we thought they were, because if they was really that cold, they would have blown us out by now. They would have blown us out. And the fight that we did, Cavs probably like, we're gonna play one more time. We don't see them no more after this, because they're gonna start. They even, like, I see players on that bench like, man, they gonna figure it out soon. You need to not play them no more after this.
Right.
And just the young guy. The key is the young guys need to play more. Now that's the thing that we was yelling at Doc for this
Right.
whole time. Young guys need to play. And Don Mitchell didn't go off tonight. It was Garland that went off tonight, but it was still like they had chances to end this game. And the key
But why
turnover,
didn't Mitchell go off?
because AJ Jackson on him.
That's
He
what
was
I'm saying. That speed. You match athleticism with athleticism. This, you know what I'm saying? This ain't boxing where if you a boxer and then I'm gonna try to brawl. It don't work like that. In basketball, you got to mix speed with speed. It just makes sense.
Well, the point now is Doc needs to mix these lineups up. You have some couple of guys in there that can defend a little bit, but also can shoot. Yeah, AJ Green was getting cooked a little bit, but it wasn't like he was getting cooked bad enough. He was playing good defense. I was watching play a little good defense, but it's getting tired. And then you need him in the score. He was going off in the second
Right.
half. It was coming back, and I think that now we're the only thing I'm scared of right now is how they're gonna mix up with Giannis, because he's gonna be so ball dominant. That's what I'm scared about.
You don't got to be scared. You saw what happened with ball dominance. Bobby Portis showed you exactly what happened with ball dominance. It stops the whole momentum of the team, because when they were having ball movement, they were having success. Once they just started feeding it to Bobby and Bobby just doing the Bobby dribble, it stopped all the momentum. It stopped
They
all the
kinda
momentum.
look back and then you do the wave off, do the
They're
wave off.
waving on all, and he don't even see anything in his peripheral. Nothing in his peripheral.
He had a couple
Absolutely
guys.
ridiculous.
He had a couple guys wide open that could get some good shots, but
Right.
no. You gonna
But
be
I'm
Shaq.
happy what I saw with Ajax. I'm happy what I saw with AJ Green. I was happy, happy to see Rollins get in the game for a little bit. Doc really used the bench today, so I was happy to see that. So what you think about everything, B Shaq?
Salute to the chat. What's up, Daniel? What's up,
What up?
Amara?
What up?
Listen, man. Excuse me. I'm trying to get out of work. I've been doing some late hours here, but
Oh, okay. It's all good. We
uh, but
appreciate you tapping in to drop these jewels.
but I did watch. I did watch a good part of the game, and
Mm-hmm.
big picture. Our two best games were against probably the team playing the best in the league. Just think about that for a second. Our nobody has played them as tough as we have. We took them down to the last, couple possessions.
Yep. It's 2 games
Big,
in a row.
you see the potential. You see it. It's right there. You can just almost taste it. Just almost reach out and touch it.
Right.
It's right there. Now, I love the fact, and there's always a factor when your best players out, the other team psychologically may kind of, you know, we've been in that boat. We let down sometimes when the best team on the best player on the other team is out. But that's neither here nor there. We found something tonight.
Facts.
We found something, and here's
Oh,
what
hold on 1 second while you do that. Hold on 1 second. I missed my man Monalando. I missed a couple super. Hold on 1 second. Give me one
all right.
second. I apologize. 1 second. I was gonna make sure I don't forget none of these today. They got on me the other day. Monalando, appreciate the $2 super chat. Ajax did the Mitch, what every guard does to Dame. Yeah, exactly. Locked him up, just right in his mug, 94 feet, and that threw Donovan Mitchell off. Let me get these other two, and then please continue your thought. Monalando, appreciate the additional $2 super chat. No Bobby buckets, Bobby Butterfingers. Bobby's hands are awful. I agree, awful. I was saying it when in the chat section during the game. Curtis Gallion, appreciate the $4.99 super chat, my dude. We can get happy all we want, but we still gonna go right back to that weak lineup. We'll see. We'll see. Go ahead, B Shaq. Go ahead.
I think one of the things we learned tonight, well, I learned tonight, let me
Mm-hmm.
put it that, is times when experience is overrated.
Mm.
I
Let me.
agree. I know what you mean by that too.
I have been basketball before, and I remember when I used to take advantage of older dudes. When I got older, I don't care how much experience I had. Nothing. There's no substitute for young legs
Right.
and
Right.
and and,
Right.
and quick twitch muscles. There's no substitute. And what we saw when those young dudes came in, they was like hungry lions, man.
Right.
And where we lose an experience, we make up and get into the 50-50 balls, extra possessions. I mean, AJ, man, Ajax played. He played strong tonight,
He
man.
did.
And listen, no, there's always gonna be little mistakes here and there, but overall, he was a plus. AJ Green came off the bench, was stroking it. Yeah, he probably played too many minutes tonight, but but
I think
but
that's
we
why
got
his defense fell off. What do you think about that? I think he got gassed.
I think he did
well.
got guys. It,
You're
it was
probably, but
Go ahead, B Shaq.
what we did gain tonight was he probably got his confidence back,
Right.
which is going to help the games to come. Uh, young point guard coming off the bench.
Hollins.
Uh, what's his name?
Ryan
I,
Hollins.
Hollins.
I want
He may
why he's in
not. Yeah, he may not have the ceiling that
AJ Johnson.
has, but he's steady.
Right.
He's steady, and he's got a knack for being at the right place at the right time. He's got good He's got pretty good IQ. I
Or you
see
could
that.
say awareness, basketball awareness
Oh,
for now. Yeah, basketball awareness.
yeah. But my biggest takeaways are the fact that we played the Cavs, first of all, at home down to the last possession. We played them at their place without our best player.
Right.
Now they know, there's no doubt. We know we can play with the Cavs. They know that if we get them in the playoffs, even if we're an eighth seed, they
It's a
got problems.
problem. They have a problem. Right. They have a problem.
Yeah.
That's a
And
fact.
and what the Bucks need to do is ask themselves, is there really another team in the East? Celtics,
Right. That's really it.
Celtics, that have the personnel that the Cavs have that can give us trouble.
Nobody else has the bigs, in my opinion, B Shaq.
They don't have the height.
Right.
And I think that um the Cavs have. They don't have the offensive from the guard position. They don't have the offensive
Mm-hmm.
punch Cavs have. This should go a long way building our confidence, man. And I think we gotta look at how they play these last two games and look at an upward trajectory. Okay, we're moving. We're not regressing right now. I see us
Right.
going forward. Now let's talk about Bobby.
I was waiting. That's hey, your whole mood change. Hey, did y'all see his whole mood change?
Yo,
Bobby.
He's
yo.
Bob.
I'm a,
Go ahead.
He's like,
That was
I'm gonna be
funny. Go ahead, B Shaq. Go, my bad. You don't
I'm
know
gonna
how
be
that
honest.
look on camera. Go ahead, B Shaq.
I'm gonna be honest, and I don't mean to minimize anybody's pain. But when I think I saw on X this morning, where Bobby was like making an appeal, for somebody. I thought that was a prank. I thought Bobby was like, "Oh, I'm about to get traded. Let me get some sympathy right now." That's what I thought. That's
Damn.
that's what I, that's what I thought. I thought Bobby, you trying to play us,
Oh.
Bobby? You trying to play us? You try talk about all I done in the city? What are you saying, Bobby? What are you saying?
Hey, that's not a bad idea. Oh,
And,
hey,
and
you
then Bobby almost sounded like they robbed him because he's playing bad. That's it. Even
right.
yo,
Right,
I
that's
know we
right.
ain't playing good.
And he was
Y'all got
hooping.
y'all got to
He was
rob
hooping to the
me,
best of his ability tonight.
huh?
He was playing to the best of his ability tonight.
Man, let me tell you something. Bobby, Bobby got to go, man. What do you think about Pat's game tonight?
I thought it was solid, but he can't stay in front of anybody.
he's always giving up those shots. Like, uh, come on,
Like what I said in the chat, I'm gonna let me know if y'all agree. I'm gonna ask you first, Daniel, then you, B Shot. I felt the defense was collapsing when Pat was on the floor because he couldn't stay in front of his man. And then once the penetrated, the dummies don't got no good sense. So then everybody is trying to help, and then everybody's scrambling when they start moving the ball around, which is why they got so many open threes.
Well, my thing is when you got my thing is it's just not just Bobby. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's Lopez. He is giving
Yep.
he gets many dunks too. I gotta get on him. He was giving away too many dunks. He just let the guy go, and then he just sit there complains. I'm like, and then sometimes he tried not to jump. You didn't see it that much. You saw young guys more jumping for more rebounds than even Brook. So that's
Right.
why you that much. But it's like to the point of every time I turn around and see Brook playing, he just trying to do that tap around. Like I'm just, how many times I see that? Like you need to get the ball down the court. It gotta be a balance between having these young guys play and then the stars play. What's also hurting us is Gary Trent Jr. hurting us right now because he's
Yeah,
not hitting
Gary Trent. Jesus.
hurting us. He is not hitting any shots right now, and that's what's getting me upset right now with him. Like you, you get these guys coming in here, Prince like only one that show up, but it was like they had the lead, and the young guy was showing up, and somebody in the chat was like, "Well, we would have won this game. You'll be blaming on it's y'all's problem." My issue is the whole thing gotta be concept altogether once y'all's get in the lineup. That's my issue with all this right now. Like, it's up to Doc to put the
Well,
guys together when they need to be in the game. This is why we get mad about Khris Middleton.
Right.
Because how they all gonna gel together when once he's healthy enough to play?
They got to start all over with the chemistry
I
again.
know.
Yeah. No,
We
I
I
think
feel you on
got
that. Before you
I think
continue, I just want to
Ajax is
introduce Mr. Cool, one of the legends of the chat, down at the bottom right. Hey, y'all know what it is. B Shaq, continue.
listen, I just think as far as the defense collapsing, I think Ajax needs to get all of Pat's minutes now. All of his minutes. Because Pat
every
every once in a
last
while
bit of
Pat every once in a while is
last,
gonna hit a shot, a couple of threes. But I think Ajax can become a solid corner three shooter. So he can give us the same thing.
Right.
And he's gonna get us extra possessions, and he can play uh ones, twos, and threes, and maybe some fours. So he brings more defensive versatility to the court. And I think the bottom line is this: where this team had been playing, where they're playing now, and how they played against the top team, we have to play a mix of our young players. I don't think we have a choice. We don't have the athleticism with our experience. We gotta play the young dudes. I was even expecting um, Smith to get some run tonight.
Yeah, I
Um,
thought that'd have been good too for Tyler Smith.
but I mean, watching other young guys do well inspires them, lets them know, hey, let me just keep pushing hard in practice. I'll get him eventually. So I think for the most part it was positive tonight. It was positive.
I agree. Without further ado, Mr. Cool, the floor is yours, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey guys,
Hey.
my issue is coaching tonight and what was going on more than anything. One of the things I was putting in the chat early was the trap. When they know Giannis is not playing, obviously their defense and their scouting report is going to be, we're going to trap Dame every time we get the ball out of his hands. Most of his turnovers came from the traps. Now the coaches have to recognize that. They should know that if Giannis is not playing, that they're going to focus on Dame. I mean, especially after the last game. So you
Right. He
have to
dropped
have
41 on you. Right.
right. So now if Giannis isn't playing, that's going to be their primary scorer and ball handler. So if he's coming up the floor and they're setting up a trap, why in the world are you not releasing someone to always be the man to come to get the ball from him before the trap is hit hard on him so he don't turn the ball over? I'm afraid them turnovers are huge.
Yeah.
But I blame the coaches more than I blame Dame because they have to set the offense up to where there is a release for him to pass the ball. Otherwise, you do a hard dribble, split the trap before it gets there. There's two options. We wasn't doing neither, and we just turned the ball over and over. So I don't blame him. Another thing that happens when Dame drives, three guys collapses at the paint. They should already have a set outlet where he needs to go with the ball because they just converge on him when he drives the basket on several occasions and he turns it over because
Yeah.
there's nobody there. He doesn't know where to go with the ball. How
Well,
can you, as a
don't you
coaching
think part of
staff,
that problem,
not
Mr.
address
Cole,
that?
is that we don't have enough ball handlers? That's why I think we need to bring AJ Johnson back up from the G League too. I don't think we have enough quality people that can actually dribble that's currently available.
I understand, but on traps, once he releases the ball, he can get it back.
Yeah,
Okay,
true.
and then he can go and attack after that. But you can't let him just stand there, get double teamed, hard traps, and then he just coughs the ball up. That makes no sense. Nobody's
Right.
coming to help. I'm sorry, I've coached. That's ridiculous. I would never let my guard get trapped like never. So I've got 10 coaches on the damn bench. What are
No.
y'all doing over there? What are y'all
Right.
doing?
Talk.
It's kind of
Well,
crazy to me.
can I
Just
say a couple of things? I hope
Yeah, go
Prime
ahead.
Mr. Cool. I think Your analysis is spot on.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of things. One, I will say this. I think one thing they could have did, because this is where I see he gravitates toward. If they trap Dame in the backcourt,
Yeah, that was a huge
um,
play.
one or two things. Use Ajax to bring the ball up,
There we go.
or put Ajax right in the middle of the floor. Because I see a
Right.
lot of times he's really good at when he's in the middle, finding the open man. I mean that
Right.
I think that definitely is a coaching issue that can easily be fixed. And I hope Pronte is listening to my next statement. Pronte, this is B Shack talking.
Go
Dame
ahead.
Dame is probably one of the worst passing point guards
Yes.
in the that is not a strong point.
Agreed.
When I grew up in New York, I was a classmate of Mark Jackson. I was a big Jason Kidd fan. I love Chris Paul. I love point guards who know how to manipulate the defense. Dame manipulates it to get a shot off. He doesn't know
Right.
how to manipulate it uh,
To create for
to,
someone
cre-
else.
to create. And so he turns the ball over a lot. One, because he's not that tall, but two, because he boxes himself in
Right.
and he
That's
makes
right.
some of the most terrible passes, most
Great
dangerous.
comment.
And so I've come to recognize that's a limitation of his. But you got to use your players properly who have ball handling
Skills. Yep.
skills and ability. I went back and watched an old Ajax um, tape from highlights from high school, and man, the way he relentlessly attacked the basket, I'm like, yo, what happened to that dude, man?
Right.
He shell shot. And someone said tonight, I think it was Marcus Johnson, we don't want him to become Ben Simmons,
Right.
where you
Right.
get basket. So, but yeah, man, I just think that like Mr. Cool said, the coaching has to be smarter. You know they're going to target Dame.
Facts.
You know that. Make them pay for it. Make them pay. One thing good teams do is make people pay for recklessly double teaming. Have
Right.
the right people in the dunker spot. Um, have the right people available, to get the ball to, and make them pay.
Right. No, I'm
I
with you on
also
that. Go ahead, Mr.
also
Cool.
I
Then
got
we're gonna go to Bleach Report balls. Go ahead, Mr. Cool.
okay. No, I'm sorry. Also, I'd like to say we've experimented long enough with DeLon Wright and with Trent Jr. 'Cause I understand from a coaching standpoint, you sign these guys, you brought them in, they're veteran players, so you want to give them 5, 6, 7 games to get going. Well, guess what? Time's up. They're not. They're not going. We've had enough. We've seen enough. That's a long enough example now to see those guys aren't going to produce for us in the way we need.
They
So they
haven't
need
even
to see
had
the bench.
one solid game all year. There's nothing I
Right.
can point at any game like they had an impact right there. Zero. How is
Yeah.
that possible?
So, and I know out of respect as a veteran coach,
Right.
you're going to play the veteran players. You sign them as free agents. You brought them in. They came in for low dollars, but they're veterans. They're more experienced than the young guys that we have. So you want to give them some game to see if they can get going. Well, that's okay. That's over now because we can't keep losing games trying to see if they're going to get into a rhythm.
Right.
I can't wait any longer.
And
You
Mr.
might as well play your young guys. Let them get that experience.
and Mr. Cool,
So,
here's what I didn't realize. Tr- Gary Trent is not a classic catch and shoot player. They need him to be a catch and shoot guy, but he's a guy that likes to do stuff off the dribble. All these twos,
Right.
all these two
mhm,
points in the lane. Come on, we
right,
didn't get to that, man. We want you to catch and shoot. He did it against us when we played
right.
against
Right.
Toronto. For some reason, every time he gets the ball open, he does that little fake and he dribbles to the left and goes into the paint. And that he's not even playing the way we need him to play.
That's very true.
Well, then he penetrates the paint and comes up short. He shortens all those shots, those little floaters or little short shots. I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? He's getting clean looks at the basket
Have y'all
every
ever thought about it
single
being pressure
time.
related? Have you ever thought about being pressure related? He's on a 1-year prove it deal, taking the vet minimum to try to show that he deserves a big contract. Could
But
that
there's
be
no
playing a
pressure in
role?
the first six. There's no pressure in the first 6 games of the season. That would be more as the season goes along. Get out there and play. What pressure? You got 82 games to
I'm
prove you're a
trying to
player.
throw that man a lifeline.
No, ain't
Mr.
none.
Pooh
No,
Give
immediately
it
rejected my
no, no.
deposit. He
that.
And
immediately
I know,
rejected.
hey, I know y'all love to kill me about Beasley, but guess what? He wasn't playing no defense, but he was knocking shots down this time last year,
That's
making
fair.
big
That's
threes for
fair.
us.
That's fair. I'll say this: Beasley would have had a good game within these first 6. I'll say that.
I would say more than one, at least
Let's
offensively.
not push it. Let's not push it. Let's not push it. I'll get
But I
into
think,
one. Let's not
but guess
push it
what?
with these. Let's
But we
not
can
push
look back. We can go back and check the box scores and see.
I know that's your
Okay.
guy. I know that's your guy, Beasley.
Look, I'll take any two guard that's gonna make shots.
Right. That's fair. That's
I
fair.
can't have a starting two guard giving me 2 points. It makes no sense to me.
Well, let me
What
ask you.
value? He's not bringing no value to our team right now, and it puts pressure on the other players because if Dame kicks it to him and he can't make a shot, now Dame's gonna feel more inclined to want to force a shot or somebody else to force a shot. You talked about Bobby Portis. Well, if Trent not making a shot, Bobby Portis gonna look to score more, and he becomes a kind of a black hole. And at
Yeah.
times he
Yep.
should kick it, but so
That's
I don't
been my
know.
complaint with Bobby for years that he's a black hole, but everybody looks past it because they'll just look at the stat line at the end of the game. Like if you look at today, you be like, damn, Bobby was snapping. We didn't have enough help. Bobby was
Yeah.
hooping, not
Right.
knowing Bobby was part of the problem.
Yeah. 2-1 shots only made.
But the thing about Bobby was with Giannis being out, he probably felt he's gonna have to give some help offensively because who else is gonna score? Especially if Trent's not scoring, and we don't get the ball to Prince enough. I don't know how that's happening because
Right.
Prince has been shooting the hell out of the ball, but he's not getting looks. I don't understand why we can't find him a shot somewhere at some time. He's shooting over 50% from three this season.
But
How is he
also
not
just
getting?
like y'all talk
How is he
about
getting
Dame,
one
he
shot?
has to be aggressive as well to go get the ball. He kind of just
Yeah.
sits there and waits. He's our most solid acquisition so far. He's been way more important than Gary Trent Jr. and DeLon Wright together. He's been the most pleasant surprise out of the 3.
Well, and I think we need to find a way to get him more looks because he's making those threes when he's
Yeah.
open. He's shooting over 50%. How are we not getting him more shots? I don't understand that.
Coaching.
Well, here's another
Yeah.
question. What's the difference in this defensive skill set between Gary Trent Jr. and AJ Green? I know Gary has a tendency to play up on his man. He gets into the passing lanes, he gets some deflections. But I know AJ does a good job bodying up. In fact, he had Sam Merrill checked pretty good at a certain point in the game.
This man
And
was paying
it's
close attention. Go ahead and cook. Go ahead and cook. Then we go to Bleach Report, boss.
not
Go ahead
much
and
of a
cook.
difference between their defense. Then why not put AJ Green in the starting lineup? Because he hustles. He has the trust of the team. I think he's a better shooter, obviously, at least at this point. And maybe Gary Trent Jr., the way to take some of that pressure off of him is to bring him off the bench. Let him earn his way back into the starting lineup.
Well, there's one advocate about with that one with situation with that. Doc Rivers played with his father. Doc Rivers was instrumental in getting his son to sign at the league minimum. I don't know if that's going to have an impact on it. I'm just throwing that out there because it sounds like Doc is really good friends with his dad. So maybe that's why he's going to get that long, long time to keep playing, even though he's not producing. Because right now his production is really hurt us,
Right.
Awful.
and I would say cost us a couple of games.
So
So
this is my issue. Is trying to win games or you just trying to please somebody? Because
I
I mentioned,
agree.
and we can't waste time trying to please. Oh, your son. It's like playing Little League. You like my son better be playing. You know he's not good. No,
I agree. You're right. You're right. You're right. Which report? You're right.
Yeah, we don't got time back, man. Like, you got to put somebody that's going to play, actually going to do something. AJ Green is playing his tail off tonight. And he needs some more looks. Prince needs more looks. I look at the games like we can play, like the way we play tonight. If we just play like this, the other teams that's on that schedule, we can start making wins, like we can win some games. This we
And,
got
and let
more.
me follow up real quick. I'm sorry to cut you off. And what you're talking about with AJ Green. If AJ Green starts at the 2, he's going to space the floor because he's able to make shots more. That's going to help Prince as well. So you help the whole offense if you have another good shooter out there on the floor. I mean, defensively, I'm not worried about that right now if he's not as good or, like you said, Bishak, he's not that much different really than at this point than what's his name's playing at the 2. So why not bring AJ Green, start him? Let's get that floor spread. So we missing that 2 shot going down to help spread the floor. And that's going to help Giannis. That's going to help Dame. It's going to help everybody. If somebody at that position can knock down shots, it's going to help Prince. So a lot of things are going negatively because one guy can really it's like a domino effect.
Correct.
If he can't make shots, especially when he's a starter in that role. That's a killer. It's a killer
No,
when your 2 guard can't score, man.
it is. It throws everything off. The whole objective of the shooting guard is to shoot. Your whole
Right.
objective is to score. Literally. That's it. You need to score. And he's
And you
not
mess up
doing that.
your rotations too because you may start looking him off because he can't make shots. So now you may force it to somebody else because dude ain't got no confidence or he ain't making no shots. So you're going to naturally look him off as a player because he's
Right.
not making shots.
He's off the
And,
liability. I mean,
yeah.
that's why. That's like you got Ben Simmons on the court and he can't even shoot. I mean, we
Right.
can't have it right now. We need everybody on hands on deck. Like,
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And we still don't have an update on Bobby. Oh, hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me get our good friend here. 1 second. Let me get that. Let me find it again. No Strays is in the chat. Let me go ahead and find No Strays.
we
Hold on.
always bro, man. We down and dump. You still about kicking us when we down every day, man.
Appreciate the $4.99 super chat from our favorite Celtics op. I remember when 30 and 13 and the number 2 seed wasn't good enough for Bucks Nation. Now y'all like string 2 wins together and we'll get your stuff back, Bobby. What? What?
I saw it earlier. I saw that.
That's great.
I ain't want to give no time of day when he said that.
Oh my God. Y'all ain't getting Bobby no slack. Shout out to
Well,
Bobby.
listen,
Yeah, go.
our next 3 games are against Jazz.
Yep, at home.
Then we play
The Knicks in a couple of games. But
Knicks.
November 10th, I know that. At home.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe right now we're at the bottom of the conference. We're at the bottom of the conference. But I believe the way we've been playing, we can take the Knicks. We can take
Yep.
you.
Yep.
We can take the Knicks and get ready for this. If we play the way we played against uh, Cleveland and just tighten up on some things,
And no turnover the ball.
we can turn. If we win the next 3 games, we can turn the season
Right.
around, change the whole momentum, and and the teams people start respecting us again because of the way we began playing these last 2 losses. If we can definitely beat Utah, we should blow Utah out. Then we're playing Knicks. I'm believing we're gonna. Is that at home or is that in New York? That's at home, right?
I believe
The
I
home
have to
game.
check.
Utah's a home game.
Yeah,
No, he
Utah.
said the Knicks, right?
How about
Or
When do we
Knicks, I
play
don't
the
know.
Knicks? Bleacher Report, boss.
I think this is Saturday.
All right, let me check. I'm checking right now. I'm pulling it up.
It's Saturday, either in New York or it's at home.
It's at New York on the 8th.
God, it's at New York.
On the 8th.
we can still beat them because Giannis can punk what's his name
They
He
are
can
on.
punk they squad. It don't even matter. They team. Yeah.
Al. And So I really believe, man, we can turn this thing around, but it's gotta start. It's gotta start now. Gotta start now. No more. No, we gotta get a winning streak, man. We gotta win 2 in a row.
Right.
Gotta do.
Starting this game at home against Jazz. We got to win this game. He's got to. I mean, Giannis probably was a little bit sore a little bit, but I think he's gonna play the next game. But they got to play this way and be fast. Just,
Right.
I mean, I felt like that third quarter. I'm like, man, we might get this. We might get this because they
We played with
have.
pace. We played with pace, and we were able to keep up with their pace. That was
Man,
the difference in the third quarter.
they got no they looked around like, man, we gonna lose to them. Yeah, we wanted it. Like the Bucks wanted it. It just the Bucks got too excited in the fourth quarter bit. They had it. They had it. They had it. Oh, they had it.
The good news is though, this kind of play though in the long run helps you because it's like playing. Right now, we're like playing playoff games every game because
Yep.
of our losing record. We have to go out and fight like it's a playoff game every single game. And that is actually not a bad thing because that's making us focus and concentrate. And hopefully,
Right.
game film coaches will go over stuff that we're not doing well, and we improve on that, and we start a little bit of a winning streak. It's going to happen. We're
I
going to get a
agree.
winning streak going.
Now, the
That's why
Celtics, after the New York game, the Celtics Raptors are home games. Now I'm about to get Amara's fired up.
Hold on one
It's on.
second. Before you do, let me get King Temp super chat because I see something coming. Hold on one second. Hey King Temp, appreciate your $4.99 super chat. Bobby's things didn't get stolen. That was low key. The front office moving him out in advance is crazy. Go ahead, King Temp. Salute. Go ahead, B chat. Y'all be wildin', man.
that's not
Salute to y'all.
that's not right.
Chris will be back by Sunday.
You know that, or you're hoping that?
No, I wait for Amara's response. No, he's gonna be back by Sunday. I'm just believing, man. Chris is on the way back, man.
I believe in Joe Hendry now. I believe in Khris Middleton. How about that?
Khris Middleton come back Sunday, I can still catch a lob 2 hands. And I think it's a better chance of me catching a lob still 2 hands versus Khris Middleton coming back Sunday.
I got to win the lottery that Khris Middleton played on Sunday.
Thank you. I win presidency before Middleton comes back. I'll win on a write-in ballot before Middleton comes back on Sunday. Even in the next 2 weeks. I can't see Khris coming in the next 2 weeks. I don't know if he got, you know how they got them different skeletons like ectomorph and all of this? Maybe he got the wrong ectoskeleton. I don't know what's going on, like his bone, like how his bones are made, like the composition, the atoms, the neutrons and all that. Maybe he missing a few. Maybe some aren't working properly. I don't know. Maybe he has low iron. Has anybody, do we know his blood work? Do you have low iron, Middleton? Maybe it's low iron. Maybe he just need to eat some bananas. He need potassium. I don't know. But we need you on the floor, bro. Or if not, just retire. And then you can wear all the cool clothes you want on the sideline.
Ever. I got one for you.
Well,
now, everybody play about Barry Bonds taking steroids.
Right.
Maybe Khris took some.
Right. So maybe he should try taking them.
Well, can I say something?
Go ahead, V-Shack.
This is why I lived in Atlanta. This is why I hate markets like Atlanta and Milwaukee for their press. Because in New York, in the press room, when you have the Daily News, New York Times, New York Post, and probably a couple other, whoever, all the other guys, they all are trying to break stories. They're all trying to get the edge on each other. That competition allows for better investigative reporting. And no one's even asking about Khris Middleton anymore. If this was New York or Philly, every day they'd be demanding, we want a word about Khris. We want to know, what is he doing? Is he working out? Is he doing 3-on-3s, 4-on-4s, 5-on-5s?
Allegedly, he was doing
We want to know.
3-on-3s. Allegedly, he was doing 3-on-3s. Allegedly.
But they don't even ask the question. The media is so weak. They don't even ask the question. Here we got.
But
We got Embiid slapping, choking reporters.
Right.
We got no friction in the Bucks locker room because no one don't ask no questions. That wouldn't fly in Philly, and New York, or Boston.
That's
that
fair.
would not.
That is
fly.
true. That's true. That's true.
They think we're not gonna tell them anything and get them anything. We're gonna keep the media, fans, everybody in the dark. That's the one thing I can't stand about the arrogance of the Bucks organization to say, well, we don't have to say nothing.
Right. That is the problem right there, John. John Horst just keeps everything very secret. I heard that even from another reporter say that once, that the Bucks give the least amount of information about the status of their players, and they always have. That's messed up. And you're right. The media reporters locally should go after them and demand what's going on with Middleton. We need to know.
See,
The fans
that's
need
why
to
they
know.
won't give
That's
me
a
media
disrespect to the
passes.
fans.
That's exactly why they won't give me a media pass, though, to be honest, because I asked that question. Don't let me get in that room. I'm going to ask, hey, Khris, what's good? I'm going to ask. They're like, hey, sir, get him out of here.
I mean, if it's 2 weeks, if it's 3 weeks, if it's 5 weeks,
yeah,
just
whatever
let us know.
It could be a month. We just need a timeline. Can we not? We don't deserve a timeline as a fan base?
Yeah, he just
because Doc Rivers will come out there and lie about it. Oh, well, he's close.
Shout out to my
I
boy
heard he's
Pass.
close
Hey, Pass, I'm
for
going to
now
tap
2
you in
seasons.
a minute, bro. Shout out to he's the one that brought that to my attention. I didn't even know Doc was like that.
It's close. He's close. He's close. I don't want to hear he's close. What does close mean? That mean 2 months? That mean next year?
Right. Relatively, I'm close to Florida. Depending on what you consider close.
Well, I'm going to get out of here, gentlemen.
All right, Mr. Cool, the legend. He spent some time with us today. Y'all don't get the likes up for Mr. Cool. He usually come drop some jams, 5 minutes, and he out. Then you see now? Shout out to Mr. Cool. Shout out to Mr. Cool. Let me tap him fast. Mr. Cool, the legend. Let's go. Pass, what's good?
Thanks for the shout out.
What's going on, Pass?
Hey, what's up, Pass? Yo,
what's going on?
I'm going to tap. I got to get home, y'all.
Okay, all right, yeah. Appreciate you tapping in as usual. B-Shack, one of the most respected members in the chat. All right, y'all. Peace.
I think Gibson's trying to get in here. You got the link in there for him?
Okay, let me put the link in there. Hold on 1 second, Gibson. Let me just move this a little bit, and then I'm going to put the link in the chat. Hold on 1 second, Gibson. Gibson, you know the link don't change.
No, it doesn't show up. I couldn't find it either. Luckily, I had this bookmark, so I can get it.
Yeah, you got to bookmark that. I just threw it back in the chat. Hey, Jimmy Roller been in his bag today. He been in his bag. JR was good. He said Doc is a capper. Yeah, bro. Doc be lying, bro. Doc be lying. I can't even say stretching the truth. My dude is a straight up liar, bro. Straight up liar.
Lying.
You don't think it's a problem when you see? I've seen him more on the campaign floor than I have with the Bucks. I'll be honest with you. I have seen him more with Kamala Harris than I have with this team.
And that's where he fits, though. That's exactly where his personality fits in.
He's
100%.
The plan was for them like, oh, so fourth quarter, we're gonna get Doc Rivers to do this. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's not the plan. This is the wrong coach. You got the wrong coach for this job.
Oh, so many people is charged in the chat. But I really do think the Middleton not playing is really throwing this team off.
It's throwing it off, but honestly, I was pretty happy with this game because I thought it'd be much worse when I saw the injury report. I saw Giannis out. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a blowout. It was pretty close.
Right. Why was it close is what I want you to talk about, Pass. Why was it close?
That's a very simple reason. Shout out to AJ Green. Shout out to AJ. Shout out to Ajax. Shout out to
Hey,
Ryan Rollins. Honestly, he's pretty
Yeah, we've
solid
been
too.
talking about Ryan Rollins since the off season. He was one of the most consistent and steady in summer league. He was one of the most steady. He deserves to get a little PT to me at some point. He's better than DeLon, right?
I'm pretty sure Doc just threw him in because he's like, I need someone out there, and it's like, all right, Ryan, you're up. The
but
rest of
he
That's
them are at
fair.
the G League, so I'm
but
like, all right, you're in, I guess.
gotta be a grown man. Doc gotta be a grown man. He's to act like a grown man. A grown man be like, look, we sorry, but you got some bench. We gotta win some games. You gotta be a grown man. You gotta hurt some feelings. You gotta hurt somebody's feelings, man. You want to win games. You think Belichick wants to by not hurting Tom
I
Brady's
think this
feelings?
was a key point, though, right here, a Bleach Report. But look what King Temp said. Hold on, let me make sure that this comment stay up here because I thought this was a key moment, too. And I do blame Dame for this. King Temp said Dame tried to trust his teammates by passing the ball to Bobby 3 times, and Bobby showed us exactly why Giannis and Dame don't pass in the clutch. Yeah, Dame sometimes is way too chill. He
Yep.
needs to be clapping and getting the ball. I
He
do
doesn't.
feel he has lapses.
I think he's still in that phase where he's like, he doesn't realize he's the 1B in this team. He thinks he's the 2A.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Because if you're the 1B, you have to take charge as well. You're not Khris Middleton. You have to take charge.
You
When
are
when Giannis is out, he always plays
Right.
well. Every single game I see him, when Giannis is out, he plays well. He looks like himself. When Giannis isn't there, he's still playing well, but not to the degree that you want him to play.
Right.
Last game was the exception because they both looked great last game. This game, he looked like his normal self, like you expect from Portland.
I just don't want us to waste a season of Dame and Giannis both going off, and we don't have the pieces around him or a coach wise enough to get the proper pieces on the floor at the right time to help us win. Because Dame and Giannis are clearly locked in. Let's be
I don't.
clear.
Yeah,
They're
I don't.
clearly locked in.
the
I,
answer to the equation is right in front of him right now. Like I
Mm,
saw it tonight. The
mm.
answer to the equation is right in front of him, and Doc needs to just say send it, press in, and then play the young guys because they
there's
just showed God. They
there's
were
one. Yeah, there's one big issue with that though.
the defense.
No, player coach.
I don't.
You know, the player coach, the fakest term I've ever heard in the NBA. The only thing that's worse than that might be the heliocentric offense thing that I've heard. I don't know what is worse. It's some of the dumbest things I've ever heard. There's no such thing as a player's coach. You're just soft as a coach.
Right.
That's all it
Get
is.
him fast. Get him fast.
I don't want. You're not my friend. You're my coach. I want you to yell at me. I want you to tell me I'm doing something wrong. Bench me if I'm doing something wrong. Play me more if I'm showing up well. He
You know what the
doesn't do
problem
any of that.
is? You know what the problem is? These new age of players that won't want their feelings hurt.
It's not
If I
even
play
new age.
and they want to be like, don't talk to me like that, I'm gonna get your ass on the bench. I don't want to talk. I
Is
remember
that
the time playing Pee Wee football and I did something wrong. I got put on the bench. Like
is that from AAU though? Like, because a lot of these players are from that area. I don't
Right.
see
Yeah.
that.
That is AAU era. Yeah. That's a fact.
I don't see that from the EuroLeague players. I don't see that from guys like Giannis. I don't see that from Jokic. I don't see it from Luka.
Mm.
and
I didn't
they
see that from. I don't see that from Pat or what's his name? PJ Tucker was playing a lot in EuroLeague before. I didn't see that from him.
What up, Gibson Nicholas, straight out of the Bahamas in the building? You should be in a better mood today.
no,
Salute,
he
salute to the chat. Salute to Amber, Daniel, and Pastor Mendo. Salute to everybody in the
What
chat.
up?
And salute to everything cool, Amber. I watched the game. The only problem I had was Portis can't keep a hold of the ball. He don't want to pass the ball. That was my only problem.
He's still thinking about his stolen stuff right now.
Right.
Hey, Portis, you want to know who stole that shit? It was me. I traveled all the way over there. I took it. You are getting traded. You're going to trade over here to New Jersey. We don't got a team.
got part way for you, buddy. Got part way. We playing.
Go ahead, Gibson. Go ahead, Gibson.
I really impressed what I saw from AJ Green, Andre Jackson Jr., and Ryan Rollins. Those guys came out. AJ Green hit them big shots, but man, we got to do something. When we play Cleveland again, we got to do something with Darius Garland We gotta do something with Sam Merrill, and I don't know why we traded him away. Man, we gotta keep every young player see the Bucks straight away. Because whatever team they go in, it's like they have a chip on their shoulder against us. They have a chip on
Facts.
their shoulder against us. So, and Tristan Thompson, all that trash talking he doing, I hope you keep that same energy up. I hope you keep that same energy.
You can't
That
worry
when
about
you
people that are just on the bench, and he's nobody.
Wasn't that man
come,
getting roided up just to play
Right?
like an
Yeah,
average
yeah.
player?
I'm not
He
worried
was
about
on
Tristan Thompson.
steroids just to play as an average player.
Right? Yeah.
Like,
He should be in the big three.
No,
Go
you
ahead,
talking
so,
Gibson.
about
He should be in the big
Johnson?
three.
Yeah, you talking
so
about
you
Tristan
think
yeah, he
How
was
you
on
think you,
steroids last year.
But
He was
how
on
about
steroids.
you stay out the headline with your girl
you
and
think
start having kids? How about that?
Damn!
How about that?
Damn!
You can talk all
Damn!
you want, but that
He
kids,
went straight to off the court. Damn!
you think
I,
you think
like I got time for that, man.
Jesus!
He just a riding on the bench, having baby having. I'm finna have Kardashian all the time, but no, that ain't enough for me. I'm finna get all these girls. Nope, get on me, buddy.
You
Okay.
done,
Man,
Bleacher Report, boss? You done?
no, man, I got tired of dude. He's always on the news about something. He can't get his hands on these females talking about he don't want these all these times. That guy is soft, man. He is soft as tissue. Get out of here, man. I'm done. I'm done.
Gibson, carry on. Our boy had just had a he just had to unleash. I just had to let him cook. Go ahead, Gibson. Then we go swing it back to pass. Go ahead, Gibson.
yeah, my problem is that Lopez and Portis have to do a better job. You can't be letting Darius Garland, Mobley them to have a best offensive night and rebounding better than us. That's to show us that Doc Rivers. What about the big 7-footer we signed on the 2-way contract? How come Doc never fling him in the game to say, hey, the guy we got to say, hey, help Brook out there and take Bobby off this team because Bobby killed the whole momentum of the game. He refused to pass the ball. If Bobby did pass the ball and hold on to the ball when he got it underneath the basket and he made that turnover, that's what cost us that game. Our guys, they need to play smarter. You have to play smarter. You have to stick with your man. You can't come off the screen and go guide another man to leave the man wide
That
open.
is the biggest problem I have on the defense. Who told y'all to trap? I want the
Yep.
coach to come to the podium in the presser. I'm the one that said we should trap. And then I need you to give an explanation. We got all
Yep.
these 30-year-olds on this team and you trying to trap. You think they're going to be able to get back to where they need to get in time? No, sir. Again,
Yep.
I'm not a
Nope.
coach, but I have a doctorate in common sense. Common sense will tell you that that is not possible, sir.
And
Crazy.
Amber,
Why are we trapping, period? If you get cooked, you get cooked. That's on you. But why are you allowing the three? It's crazy. The Bucks sag into the paint in today's NBA where everything is on the outside. So you're inviting people to shoot the three in a 3-point lead. Doc, if
yep.
you don't come on
And,
this live so we can help you save your job, bro.
He's trying to
Hey,
get fired.
somebody reach out to Doc. Hey, Doc, we don't want to see you get fired too, bro. Come on to the pod. Let us help you.
I
Let
don't know
us
about
help
that.
you.
I don't know about that, man.
Pass
Google.
got
I
personal beef with you, but
I
he'll work with you. Pass
fired.
got beef with you, Doc, but he'll work with you. See, they thumbs up in it. They know Pass got beef with Doc, but he's willing to put that to the side for the betterment of this team.
okay, for
Doc,
the
we
team,
invite you
yes.
to the
I'll do it for
pod.
the team. I'll do it for the team. I'll do it for the team.
Go ahead, Gibson. Go ahead, Gibson.
yeah, so I don't know why he haven't given Tyler Smith some runs. He's supposed to put Tyler Smith. He is supposed to put him in the game. Because see, you need big body to put on guys like
Mobley,
Darius
yep.
Garland
And
and
Jared Allen.
Amtrop said something really important. He says to not go over screens. That's another problem. They're not going through those screens as well. For
Good point. Who was
shout
that?
out
Who said that?
Amtrak.
Amtrak.
Okay, shout out to Amtrak. Let me find that, bro.
They actually
Yeah,
shot well
that
from
is
three
crazy.
too.
Both stars averaging 30 and you 1-6 is crazy. That is crazy.
I mean, I looked at the stat. By far we are the worst. We have the worst bench in the league so far. By far. It's
Salute,
worse
Keith.
than the Jazz, who are purposely tanking. So they will probably lose our game against us because they will 100% want to lose. They're doing this on purpose because their team is much better than they actually are. They're just doing it on purpose. And the other team is the Nuggets, who also have the same problem as us, where their bench is complete garbage.
Well, as the great as the great movie was said for the Jazz, all right then, if you want to get down, you better lay down then. And when you get down,
We need a win. We need a win. They trying to get Cooper Flag. We don't get no draft picks, so we need to win.
because when
We
somebody
don't
like,
tank.
Yeah.
I remember a friend at work was like, "Oh, you guys trying to tank?" I'm like, "We don't got no draft picks. You crazy?
If we do tank, it's terrible for us because who gets our pick? If it's a top 4, you know who gets it? The Nets. If it's lower than that, you know who else gets the rest? The Pelicans. So either way, we're kind of screwed.
Like,
Yeah, we don't win anyway.
This is a good draft too, which is the worst part.
No, it is. Yeah. Gibson, what did you feel? What did you feel about Andre Jackson Jr. tonight?
I think Andre Jackson Jr. need to work more on his shot. He played some good defense. Now I must give him that. He played some good defense.
he did.
But them threes he's taking today, we don't want you to be taking too much of those threes. But sometimes.
But the thing is, though, Gibson, he got to a little bit because he has to make the defense respect him. So he got to take a couple. I think he was 2 of 7 today, Gibson. He was 2 of 7, so not bad. But go ahead, Gibson. It wasn't bad.
So my problem is concerned. I want to know how is management is looking at this loss that all eyes and all fingers pointing at Doc Rivers right now. Because there's no way with all this talent we have on this team, there's no way the Milwaukee Bucks are supposed to be 1-6. That's unacceptable now. Even though as Griffin was not that good, under him he had a better record than Doc. It ain't looking good, Amber. I have a feeling that Doc can get booted out of this city. He can get booted out of this city because you can't be. You can't 1 minute back. You can't be living off this one championship. He's milking this.
But that's what I said. Hey, he's not above getting fired, Gibson. That's what I'm saying. If we kept heading down this path, we're gonna have to get rid of this politician.
There's 2 things about that I'll kind of push back on, but I do agree with you that it doesn't look good for Doc. Is that look, Griff did have 30 and 13. It was not a pretty 30 and 13 though. Let's be fair about that. It was not a good 30 and 13. You look at our schedule at that point, we were playing a lot of lottery teams. I think we played Pistons like 3 times already. We played the Jazz a few times. We played the Rockets a lot. We played the Hornets a lot. We like all these teams are not good teams at that point.
Right.
And some of those teams, our lottery teams, we were struggling against. We barely beat the Wizards. We lost the Wizards.
Right.
We lost to the Jazz. Like certain point, like yes, the record is better, and I think they should have maybe. Looking back at it now, maybe they should have let Griffin stay for a little bit longer. But the ship was sunken the moment Terry Scott was gone.
Yeah, and then the thing is too, though, that we say keep Adrian Griffin. You guys got to understand the players didn't want Adrian Griffin. It's out of our hands. If the players don't want you anymore, you got to go. You can't work through that. If the team has lost faith in you as a coach, you got to go. That's why he left. Gibson, is that not true?
Yeah. Yep. They wanted him out.
They wanted him out. People keep saying y'all fired Gibson. No, the players fired. The players fired Griffin.
2 players especially, Mr.
Bobby. 2 players.
Portis and Lopez fired Griffin. They want him.
I remember Bobby hated that man. Bobby hated that man. Because he saw, because I actually noticed, I think Bobby actually had a lot less minutes under him.
Except for today, Bobby. So, go ahead, Gibson.
So I think I get off to cut my live short. My phone almost about to die, but
okay. All right, leave us with leave us with the greeting, bro. Come on, bro, before you get up out of here.
Peace and love, and let's pray that we get this win this weekend. We gotta try at least get a win. If Doc can't get a win from them dead Utah Jazz, He deserved to be on the hot seat.
That's what I was waiting on. Yeah, you can't. You had to. I knew you was leaving with a slick jab. I knew you was leaving with a slick jab. All right, Gibson, appreciate you. Shout out to the Bahamas. Like I told y'all,
All right, thank you.
we ain't local, we global around here. Go ahead, Gibson.
All
What'd
right,
you say?
take care.
All
Be
right,
on the hot seat,
appreciate you,
man.
Gibson.
Let's
Salute.
do
All right,
One more
salute.
thing. One more thing before I go. If he ain't be careful, Davenham right there to take that chair from him. Davenham right there to take that spot.
I don't know if
That's
I
right
want
there.
that, but that's fair.
It's gonna be the exact same thing over and over again.
All right, Gibson. Salute, Gibson.
All right.
All right. So salute to the Hobie Gibson.
This is the thing about about the Andre Jackson stuff.
All right.
His shots, the fact that he's shooting more than just once a game is a good sign. Yes, it's not going in,
but the effort.
He made two out of 4 from 3. He missed all his in the paint shots.
All right, which is
like
crazy.
But they weren't dunk shots. They looked all the shots he took were they're like push shots, or they're I think one of the
floater,
floaters,
and layup.
Which is not his package. He should be dunking it with his athleticism. That's fine to me, because look, you're trying something. That shows to me improvement.
Okay.
Sooner or later, his form doesn't look terrible, so he will show up sooner or later. I don't think if he's like league average, that's fine. That's all you need him to be, because his defense is good enough. The issue is with two. I'm gonna look at 3 players. This is the good thing about the NBA app, is that you can see their shot chart and you can see where they're shooting from.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna look at Bobby Portis right now, and I'm gonna look at where is he.
One thing we didn't mention about Bobby Portis? Bobby Portis' layup package is absolutely atrocious. Bobby's layups? What?
That's been known at this point. We've known that since he got here.
Just dunk it there at that point.
He can't. He can't. That's the problem.
He can't drop step. He can't drop step at 6'10".
He can't dunk, man.
I'd have drop step and I'm 6. Oh.
Oh my goodness, man. Why we got these guys on here that can't play, and then we gotta be he got a family, or he's too nice. He's been with us for so many years.
He's doing good things in the community. That's their favorite one. That's their favorite one. They're doing stuff in the community.
It goes back to the same people every single time. It always goes down to management and our GM. It always goes back to them somehow, and yet they always escape free, because it's harder to fire them than to fire a coach.
Yeah, that is fair. And you know who I was thinking about that Doc Rivers remind me of, and I couldn't put my finger on it? He remind me of Clay Davis from The Wire.
Oh my God. He does.
Well, I'm not trying to be. If y'all really think about it, if y'all watch The Wire, he act just like Clay Davis. Telling you what you want to hear is always, you know what I'm saying? It's just always shade going on. It's always some shade. Cat and mouse games. He Clay Davis. Without the catchphrase.
Yeah, so here's Bobby Portis' shot, where he's shooting and everything.
Okay.
Majority of these shots are where you expect them to be. It's either on the left elbow or the right elbow. It's a post-up move. What else is surprising about this? That he only has one move.
Right.
And he only does this one move and nothing else. This is the problem with black hole offense, is that he hurts our team so badly because he can only do one thing. And when he's hitting, it's fine when he's hitting. But when he doesn't hit, it just causes problems.
Everything off. Yes.
And now let's look at Gary Trent. He shot only 3 times from the 3, all from different spots. I don't know what his hot spot is normally, because I don't pay attention to him that much. He's made 1 shot. He's 1-for-7, so 14%. Real nice. That 1 shot was a push shot as well. So there's that. Let's go to one more person. Pat Connaughton didn't have the ball that much, so I'm actually happy about that. Only 4 shots, 3 out of 4. Not bad. They're all cuts except for 1 3. So that's fine. That's what I need Pat to do. Just cut.
Right.
That's all you can do at this point. Just cut to the rim, because no one's paying attention to you anyways.
Right. That's true. Very true. Great point.
And
Great
one more
point.
person. Let's see, Brooke Lopez. Brooke has a pretty normal shot thing. It looks like how you expect it to be. Good amount in the paint. I think it's about like 6 or so in the paint. No, less than that. It's 5. That's one difference. Not a big huge deal. 5 threes. Made only one. And it was that deep one that he made. That's it. A lot of those threes were also kind of stupid because I saw he was
Right.
covered and he still saw them because you're like, oh, well, I'm taller than you, so I can shoot over you.
Right, shoot over you, right.
But you take like 10 seconds just to pull it up, so it doesn't matter. The other two, I like that he does it. He sometimes hits them, sometimes doesn't, is his little floater / like hook shot that he does. Those he made one. I think he got blocked on another one, right? By one of them. I don't remember who he got blocked
by Mobley.
It's Mobley. One of them he got blocked by Mobley, and the other one he just missed. That's fine. Let's go to Dame. Dame's shot profile looked pretty good. A lot of long twos, long mid rangers. Good from 3. One Dame range 3. Probably just a heat check that he just did.
Right.
He was missing a lot, and the paint was about average. Like he made some, he missed some. That you can take because you have to go against a good paint defense with
interior defense. Facts.
Yeah, their paint defense is probably the best in the league right now. I would think. I'm not positive about that, so don't quote me on that. But just assuming from they normally are, so I'll just take that as standard. And now let's talk to my favorite player today of the game. My player of the game for this year, for this game, AJ Green.
Yeah, shout out to AJ Green. He was out there cooking. Derry Bird was cooking.
7 for 9 with a half-court shot at the end to top it off. I love that shot. That shot.
Do you know what's crazy? It didn't matter. Have you thought about this? Have you thought about this Bleacher Report Boston pass? In 2 games from the Bucks, we had 2 players hit 17 threes, respectively, between the 2 players, and we still lost both games.
That's the problem, though. It's only 2 players that are shooting well. It's 2
You know
players.
what? That's valid. That's valid. You're right.
It's been like that. This game and last game were the same issue. Dame shot well. Everyone else doesn't shoot well. This game, AJ Green was shooting really well, and Dame was shooting well. No one else was shooting well. That's the problem. The rest of the players are not shooting well. Is the problem.
So is it the coach? If we fire Doc, is that going to really help us? I saw your comment, Amtrax. I saw that. I think it's a valid question. Amtrax was like, he doesn't think that firing Doc is going to fix the problem. I'm assuming Amtrax, you're saying it's more player related.
I think it's half and half.
That's fair. I'm with that.
I say it depends. Yes, you can fix it, but it depends who you hire, because I do not trust who they will hire. Because this management and the whole management just overthinks things, and they'll just panic and just pick whatever's there. That the Adrian Griffin thing was essentially just a panic fire, because they're like, okay, well, the players hate him. We have no choice. So let's get them. They had other options other than Doc. But they're like, all right, well, Doc, we know Doc does this stuff with superstars. Yeah, we'll get him. They had other options. They just decided on Doc because they already had a relationship with him.
Mr. Cool made a good point here, and this is valid. I totally get where y'all coming from with this. Do we realize how different our team would look if Trent Jr. played well? Yeah, that's fair. But the problem is he hasn't played well all year. We don't know how that would look. We haven't seen him play well.
I think Trent will be fine. Look, Trent's the one player I have my whole hope. I'm hopeful for, only because this is not common for a player like this, where they just shoot terribly all of a sudden. Like, he looks like he's possessed by someone. I don't know who he's possessed by, but he looks possessed. Like his powers got taken away. His powers were taken away by the Monster.
Y'all don't know about Monster.
They do. They're all basketball fans. They know what monsters are. Everyone sees Space Jam at this point. They play that during recess time in middle school. We all seen it.
Shout out. Let's do last round robin. We get to this comment section, and then we're gonna get ready for this next game coming later this week, bro. And I hope we can get a win against the lowly Jazz. Damn, the Detroit Pistons are ahead of us in the standings.
Detroit looks a lot better this year. I'll give them that. They actually have they have a real coach. Well,
that makes a difference.
They have a real regular season coach because this is the same coach that the Cavs had last year, and it didn't really work out for them. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, they retread. Then I ain't worried.
They had
I
the
ain't
same
worried.
issue as us actually.
Yeah, I'm
That
not too
but
worried
last
about
year,
it.
a defensive coach who can't coach an offense.
Oh, okay.
Same
Yeah, I
thing.
feel you. I feel you.
So we
So
might have the
get
same
your
issue right
last words, Pass. I'm gonna go to Bleach Report, boss. On you, Pass.
now. I think this team is heading in the right direction.
Agreed.
Obviously, we have injury issues with 2 players now. The Giannis thing isn't something to worry about because it looks like injury management. So I shouldn't think that. Khris, I'm not gonna talk about at all because I don't know when he's coming back. I don't care when he's coming back. I just at this point just play a game, play 5-on-5 or something. Show up in a different outfit for once. You always wear that same you always wear that same hoodie every single time. It's always that ugly ass gray hoodie. Get your wardrobe up.
Keep bombing. You go finish up. Finish up. Go ahead, Pass.
You gotta let it simmer.
All right, Pass. Appreciate you. Go ahead, Bleach Report, boss.
Man, the only thing my thing is now is Doc got until Thursday to figure out. You gotta get these young guys in there. Like, stop trying to go back to stop. What was up?
No, go ahead. I'm listening. You're saying the right thing.
Stop
Go ahead.
back to the old lineup. It's not working anymore. You're 1-6 right now. You need a spark. Even when Giannis playing, you need these young guys in the game.
Especially
AJ,
for Giannis.
I mix it up a little bit. You know, if they need guys that can just run down the court, and half the time they can't even run down the court.
Right.
And you gotta limit. You gotta hurt somebody's feelings at the end of the day. You gotta hurt somebody's feelings. You gotta win. Ain't no happy. You're lucky. You gotta win games. That's your opportunity. You should get paid.
Yeah, if you
for
want to be friends, then don't coach.
Exactly. Just go back to you was, be an analyst, talk
right.
Stuff. If you this is not it for the week, man. This is not for the week, man. You gotta start doing something that's gonna upset somebody, and you gotta win games.
Facts.
All the top, you got all top coaches. They want their players' best friend, and they didn't like them, but they what they was gonna do. It just the Bucks just got to just get one first, and
that's
then
it. Yep.
Think about start winning on these games. So
yeah, right now, just think about winning. Think about winning a game. That's their goal right now. That's the fact that I'm saying that is crazy. That our goal right now is just to win a game.
Right.
Think about this. Where I'm at, don't think about any of these top things. Do not think about Boston. Do not think about Detroit.
Right.
I mean, not Detroit. Do not think about New York.
The Knicks.
Do not think about. Do not think about Philly. Don't think about any of these teams right now. Win a game.
Win the game.
That's it.
That one step at a time, as my boy Brandon says, take it one game at a time. You gotta take it one game at a time.
But I want to say one more last thing because Monolando brought up a really good point right here. He says Doc became soft.
Yeah, oh, let me see. Oh, I think I just put that one out there. Yeah, I saw that.
He just put it up, and he made a great point about that because, like, look, I don't know what's going on with Doc too.
Right.
Regular season is the one thing I expect you to do well in because that's what you normally do.
Yeah, the playoffs are your problem, not the regular season.
Yeah. If this is a reverse, I'm happy with that.
There we go, some positive spin. Shout out to Pass. He gave Clay Davis I'm giving
that like a 5% chance at most. But don't relax. You're giving that a 5%. That's a chance. It's a very low chance, but it's a chance.
Shout out to my boy Pass. Appreciate y'all tapping in, bro. Appreciate it. Salute. Appreciate y'all tapping in, friends and family. Go. Appreciate y'all. Well, I think it's a lot more upbeat today in the chat, and I'm glad to see that even though we lost, I think how we lost mattered, and the things that we're seeing during this loss, which was the growth of the young guys. So I'm happy to see that. And let's tap in my boy who says one game at a time here. Let me tap him in before I get up out of here. My bad there, my dude. Let me tap in Brandon. Hold on one second. What up, Brandon? So how you feel about tonight, bro?
What up, bro?
What up?
I think Doc needs to play our young guys more. A lot more. Right. That way, gives you it, and all the authority can get to rest and think about the next game. All we're trying to do is win game. Don't worry about the other team. just focus on win one game
And as
at
crazy
home.
as that sounds, that's it. We just need to get some positive vibe. I think though, Brandon, from what we saw today, it is somewhat positive. We went blow for blow without missing one of our best players, Khris Middleton and Giannis today, and we went blow for blow with this team. So we have some talent. It's just our execution is poor, and maybe that we might not have the best coach for this team. I think it's a combination of things, but I do think there's a lot of positives to be drawn from what we saw from the young guys. Another good shooting game from Dame, and then the most positive is AJ Green got out of his shooting slump, which I think was most important today. And the
I
Ajax
think
shows his value defensively and how he
right,
can run the break. We should have Ajax in actually to help run the break to play it with pace with Giannis. Let that sink in. If we got more
right.
Ajax in with Giannis, he can run the break because he can play with pace. Let
And
that sink in, y'all. We cooking. Go ahead, Brandon. My
I,
bad.
I think I think we need AJ Johnson
Yep.
coming out of Jimmy.
Yep.
Get run with A- AJ Johnson and Smith together so they can get some more NBA experience.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Here's what I'm saying, Buck Nation. Just take one day at a time. We all right. We gonna get 40 guys that got larger records.
Right.
But here's the thing though. All they talk about when one fire top, all that. We always fired Agent Griffin last season. But let's get this team, let's give this team like 25 games. Let them figure it out.
Okay.
Because if I beat three, we want our beat three healthy.
Right.
We all want Middleton to play. We all want that. But I think we headed in the right direction. And
Facts.
boy got to play the young guys more.
That's what's key.
What the young guys got. We always that need to know. That need to wake up and see what the young guys got. And bench Gary Trent Jr. Because the way I see it, I hope Gary Trent Jr. come out of his youth club to start hitting some shots more
Right.
and get wide open more. And 21, I like it. He playing like out. Like out. I think
Facts,
Brook
Monalando.
Lopez needs to stop with the drop couple.
Mm-hmm.
Not your game. That's not your game. We went toe to toe with Cleveland. Almost got the dub. So we need to think on the little things. Pay attention to detail.
That's my
And,
word. Mm-hmm.
and communication on defense.
Right.
So this Thursday, at home for the family friends. Buck friends, we we need to hear you. Let's bring that energy on Thursday.
There we go.
Let's hear you. So so they know we we so they know the fans want to win this game for them. So take it one game at a time, Buck Nation.
There we
You
go. All right. Appreciate you, Brandon. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. All right, Brandon,
are,
go. Shout out to my man, Brandon. All right, y'all. We had a tough loss tonight, but we have a lot of positives to look at as far as with how our youth was looking tonight. Dame had another good game. Besides the 8 turnovers, a lot of those were forced because of double teams and a lack of ball handlers. So I think that Doc, if he doesn't make adjustments after what he saw tonight, he should be fired. I don't care. If you don't see in front of your face that the young guys need to play, then you should be fired and put out back to pasture because this game isn't for you. It's common sense. Look, match speed with speed, size with size. That's how it works. Again, appreciate friends and family tapping in, Bucks Nation. This is your number one source for Bucks news. This is your number one Bucks podcast on the internet, along with the number one Bucks chat on the internet. We the smartest people in the room. If you can't tell, rewatch the live. Salute the friends and family for tapping in. If you haven't already, hit the like button. It helps other stray Bucks fans find the content, and it helps the channel grow. We shooting to get to 5,000 subs by the end of this season. That's what we shooting for. 5,000 subs. Are y'all gonna help? Share the content. It's excellent, I promise. Scout's honor. I'm Amber. This is amaraslogic, Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news live edition, where we just got done talking about the Bucks fighting valiantly but losing to the Cleveland Cavaliers again. 114, 116. Comment, like, subscribe, share the electrifying content. Keep the positive thoughts alive, Bucks Nation. We'll be okay. It's just we're going through a real rough patch, but let's stay positive. I will be on site Thursday to watch the game, and hopefully coming back home to discuss a Bucks win. Appreciate all y'all tapping in. The channel's growing. Everything's growing. So I appreciate y'all tapping in and supporting the content. And we're going to keep grinding after every home game, after every game, period. You can stop back here, and we're going to go live after every game, usually around 8:30 p.m. CST or 9 p.m. if it's an away, or 8:30 p.m. if it's like a away game. But if it's at home, it's going to be a little later, between like 9:30 and 10, to give me time to get home. But I promise you, we will go online and go live, and the chat section is booming during every game. So if you just want to talk a little bit during the game, we always in the chat, in the live chat during the game, talking before the live start. This channel is extremely active. Check the community tab. Is always something we talking about going on. And once again, I appreciate the early support this season to the channel. I appreciate Bucks Nation and friends and family. Comment, like, subscribe, share the electrifying content. Enjoy the mellow moods as we ride out, y'all. Gone.